Swirling vortex of reverse and fragments rolls around a central tone, glitching in and out of pitch. Digital wind howls like corrupted data traveling through a hollow tower. 8-bit fragments flicker in the distance like retro arcade machines, short-circuiting vocal chop echo. Spire online. Drop like EDM. Hard touchstones through fractured memory, heavily bit crushed inside change. Fast levels glitch and skip in sync with randomized automation, giving a stuttering off-grid feel. Late sim does a pitch bend where wave run through deep blur effects. In the sick down, switched halftime groove, echoing melt into fuzzy triplet lit rhythms. A soft arc bit of video tries to climb, but keeps glitching through a setting mid-bar. Atmospheric elements shimmer like broken reflections in a digital mirror. Voiceover robotic, signal losing ability detected, core rising. Rapid fire, bit pressure and rising filter resonance build suspense. Glitching, riser, stutter, and random bursts, slicing tension and broken elevator cables. Countdown style, the vocal. 3, 2, 1. Now even more unstable, drums stuck and shift mid-bar. Mid-course trees, bass rolls into polymorphic shapes. Melody glitches intentionally loop one beats ahead or behind the grid, and vocal burst returns in double time. Reyes falls away, only a high-pitched bass stream tone remains, slowly melting downward. Subtle echoes, the original melody pulse like a digital heart monitor. Vocal in reverse, whisper something unintelligible. Full system desync. Grooving hits at once, glitch hot rhythm and trap. Bass are now detuned and slapped like broken lasers. Laced rises in pitch each loop until it's barely recognizable and crashes. The spire doesn't sync, it shatters. Sharp bit crush beat fades into silence. Last glitch. Terminated. Hard stop with a retro powered down sound.
Just like a digital heartbeat. Distorted whispers and reverse samples swirl in a stereo field. Sudden shock pulses resembling electrical currents zapping with bursts. Cool style popularizers layered with Gucci neuro bass styles teasing the chaos to come. Whispered voice.
Cascade protocol initiated. Cycle wave of neuro bass slams through the mix. Think high-speed growls, mid-range wobbles, and ultra-tight drums. Kick and snare slap like industrial pistons. Sound design blends, creating distortion, FM modulations, and stereo panning chaos. Metallic saps and rising screeches dart across the sonic field like storms. Phrases glitched into place.
Neuroshock. Cascade.
Override. Beat strips down to a minimalist groove. Syncopated bass plucks dance over deep subs. A cybernetic vocal sample cuts. Input denied, pathway corrupted.
Short synth fills mimic alarm signals and hi-hats flicker like wires sparking.
Build up. Play 2.
A deep distorted countdown overlays the building tension.
4, 3, 2. A vocal cascade spirals downward. Neuro. Snare rolls accelerate to a breakdown point. Pressure mounting. Drop 2 mounting. Baseline fragments early falls rapidly. It's chaotic and hyperactive. Rhythmic glitches interrupt the flow like corrupted memory sectors. Bass pushes chest, rattling energy. A new melodic layer enters. Eerie bells drenched in reverb, cut through the distortion like a haunted signal lost in noise. Random digital screeches mimic AI screaming in overload. Sudden silence. Ambient pads and granular vocal layers drift time stretched and ethereal. Synthetic whispers of the cascade. A reverse stop slowly fades in, looping hypnotically. Everything becomes soft, too calm.
On in Neuroshock mood.
boots with aggressive stabs and glitch grind textures. Staggered beat patterns warp time like bass fracturing through dimensions. A heavy synth growl loops as the drums do double time, creating a crushing climax. Final vocal. Everything collapses into silence. High frequency residue fades like an electric aftertaste. A filtered heartbeat, pulse echoes softly. One last digital click and system shut down. Distorted modem tones glitch to a low-frequency rumble. Broken communication pings echo in a sonar-like pulse. Mechanical whirs rev like cybernetic engines charging. A robotic voice murmurs. Bite flare armed, initiating skirmish protocol. Filtered static hi-hats creep in like metal scraping across glass. Tempo pulses rise with an erratic heartbeat pattern. Drop warmish engage! Metallic snare blast fused with trap hats and glitch filled. Bass amps hit like digital explosions layered with binary screeches. The lead synth is an overdriven chainsaw tear through the frequency range. Crushed and unstable, vocal chop glitches. Lish, bite, flare. Reverse risers and trap metal growls accent the end of each bar. Sub hits are detuned and layered with cyberpunk style distortions. Pace shifts into a slower swagger heavy groove. 808s bounce under minimalist glitch percussion. Synths turn darker, wailing with digital reverb tails. Glitched vocal adlibs float. Phantom online, silence them all. Laser on the sweep overhead circling like drones. Build up, hi-hats tighten into rapid 64th snare. Climb while crackling effects overload the space. Robotic voice counts down. 3, 2, 1. Everything cuts out for a half beat. Disengage. Top is harsh, a sharper reminiscent of digital warfare. Custom build pushing glitches cinematically like back and lost. The lead synth is now double one side to two, one clean causing a warp stereo ripping effect. No vocal shout. Beat constantly switches between halftime and double time chaos. Dark ambient synth surge with a corrupted melody. Bits of broken vocal lines drift through reversed and mangled. Distortion fades into a breathless low hum. Then a robotic whisper. Deploy counter code. Timeline flare blast 0 hour. All out glitch warfare. Lead synth becomes a saw blade wave spinning across the stereo field. Sparrows layered with glass breaking effects. Lock instant punch and bitch crushed. Advanced grenade like some drops. Modem toes starting to stutter rise. By whisper destruction coverage. Disengage. Cause it collapses into a quiet modem shutdown zone. Final beat goes like a battlefield hard runner flatlining. Fade to black. Disengage! A low mechanical hum fades in like distant turbines spinning in hyperspace. Glitched radio transmissions and digital static flicker across the soundscape. A pulsing sub-bass begins to rumble beneath, fully joined by a warp synth building suspense. Robotic whispers echo. Initializing sub-zone sequence active. Suddenly a snare rolls in with metallic risers simulating an imminent drop. The bass slams in, destroyed and chunky, like a reactor core malfunctioning. At 120 BPM, the groove rides on punchy. Kick drums, laser slice stabs and glitchy modulations. A cybernetic bassline dances in a side chain rhythm, cruising between notes like bending steel. Industrial altering out in the background. The whole subzone feels like it's collapsing in on itself in sync with the beat. Energy momentarily dips, robotic vocals echo with a cyberpunk draw. Warp field open, gravity's broken.
beat through pad lights and laying with soft trap hats and processed vocal chops. Subtle percussive clicks and techie snares keep momentum moving. No self behind the vocal glitch lubricant. Pro to kick, pro to snares accelerate to a chaotic digital crescendo. Sound distortion ramps up as the energy spikes. Harder, heavier, headwood piano boots with new bass patches. More aggressive and wobbling, the drums now stutter with precision. Glitch fills cut the tension between phrases. Keep on till introduces cyber squeals that sound like AI sirens in a firewall breach. Every beat feels like the walls of the subzone pulsing with pressure. Silence, then a warped ambient sequence. Noise in space and remnants of lost data drifting in corrupted memory. A single voice speaks. Disengage protocol. One field unstable. The atmosphere grows thick with static. Slayers rebuild. Final drop. All around chaos. The entire ward field detonates sonically. Complex syncopated rhythms. Multi-layered distorted bass. Off-grid fills with third snares and Anthems and feedback loops. A siren rises and breaks mid-drop. The beat turns half-line briefly and returns in double speed theory for the finale. The bass vanishes, only a high-pitched glitch tone remains and slowly fades into a deep echo. Final words in robotic speech, subzone offline, connection terminated. Digital static filters surge and collapse in pulses. Mechanical filtering sweeps left to right like a corrupted firewall scan. A robotic voice chants in distortion. Initialize filter storm protocol. Low-end ground builds underneath a fluttering siren synth crack. A single percussion hit slashes the silence like a warning. The filter and baseline with to distortion. Through distortion gates. Drums slam with overcompressed kick snare combo. Syncopated with jagged hi-hat burst makes him a swirling chainsaw layer with modular filter modulation cutting like a digital blade. Glitch effects twinkle like spice from exposed circuits. Vocal glitch loop pre-beats. Bass slash. Further to us through the final song groove with a light swing on the hats. 808 sound center for the tilt blood twice against it along with the flow on the faster. Rush, no signature motif place of a first three line that was in stereo vocal style. Bass slash activated. Target engage, build up, both rise and fall unpredictably. Like a malfunctioning waveform scanner. Samples echo through bit crush reverb tunnels. Filter resonance maxes out, creating a screaming riser. Robotic voice. Prepare for secondary overload. Suddenly quiet, just a low and a loud hum and taking hi-hat, mimicking a countdown. Pitch modulated, vocal whisper, slur, or breaching all filters, race. Then a synth up spirals out like a train of corrupted data. The filters stop, act slow. Everything distorted, compressed, best to crank at chaos. Heavy metallic, corrupt, dead lies behind every drum hit. Bass is attuned to the point of sounding like machinery shredding metal. FX stop, simulate electrical discharges. Final vocal slice, crash low. Clean the stores, door. Filter resonance fades into an overgrown hum. Final beat fades to silence. A corrupted system voice utters. Filter storm terminated. Switches to double speed, and the bass is now layered with a pulsing phaser. Snare rolls echo through big crushed reverb tunnels. Filter resonance maxes out, creating a screaming riser. Prepare for secondary overload.
upbeat switches to double speed. The bass is now laid on the pulsing phaser. Snare is split into a truncated echo trail, almost glitching into silence before each bar hits. Zoom synth now hustling flames. Now it's a mid-range 3 with a duck tail, following every kick, following every kick, vocal interject, bass slash upbeat switches to double speed, commentating hi-hat, mimicking a challenge pitch during a vocal whisper stir. Born by it with the bass is now layered into the pulsing bass of phasers. Through the repeated gated echo trail, almost glitching into silence before each bar hits. Each bar hits. Each synth life smells like a train of corrupted data. Final drama through. Final front screen with a duck tail. Data. Final ring upward kick. Fight the rail storm into the storm. 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 Filter resonance fades into an overblower.
Starts with constant guided up tones reassembled into a rhythmic pattern, layered with grainy snare Foley crackles and steamy metallic bursts. A glitchy voice repeats in layers. Bitstream overload, fever rising. Background synth buzzes like an overclocked chip melting. Tempo lamps fast into a synthetic heartbeat. Ignition. Snare heavy drop explodes with Rave style stored at 808. Glitch top stabs pierce between each bar like code crashing through firewall layers. Synth as a detuned on climbing up and full on erratically vocal chop. Bitstream. Subflaps waddle with grimy saturation processed through bit-trash filters. Slows into a stutter trap bounce. 808 rise glide under pitch down vocal sample. They can't cool the fever once the stream hits. Brutals go off grid briefly for glitch effect. Mid-range synths skirt in and out like heat waves in digital form. Snare rolls begin multiplying into syncing on purpose. A vocal countdown starts. 5-4 glitch to firewall 1. Arms rising background with megaphone style filters. Final seconds. Total silence. Total silence. Sounds like a pervert Philly 2-bar. Flatter the high-end spectrum. Vocal and raw. This is still hit every 2 bars like system lag bursts. These strips sound the noise, textures, and high-pitched glitches. Low-pass filters sweep across the mix like heat scatters. Vocal. The fever's not done. Short ambient drone plays beneath random snare flares. Final drop, triple layer chaos mode. Track beat stacks underneath range, drill rhythm. Snare hits triple up. Main synth is now a corrupted synth horn. And very aggressive warped laser effects spiral through both ears. Final through both ears. Intentional in red lines, pure explosive saturation. Everything slows to a crawl. A thermal shutdown voice speaks. Fever, contained bitstream, offline. Sound fades into pixelated static. Final sound glitch snare drill like a dying echo. Everything slows to a crawl. A thermal shutdown voice speaks. Fever, contained bitstream, offline. Sound fades into pixelated static. Final sound glitch snare trail like a dying echo.
Signal stutters into life like a corrupted startup sequence. High-frequency beats tap out of digital Morse code. Grainy ambient pads simulate a malfunctioning control panel. A synthetic voice glitches in with stuttering phrases. By jam initializing, flux core unstable. Distorted risers hint at something explosive building beneath the surface. A crunchy, distorted bassline smashes in with heavy low-end thrust. Kick drums are thick with trap-inspired snares slicing through like terminal pings. A jagged lead synth flickers in a chopped loop, sounding like data breaking apart. Laser zaps and like crunch effects intercut between phrases. Vocal drop tag. My face detonate, beat strips down to a syncopated bass groove with minimal percussion. A rhythmic staccato synth echoes like blinking cursor lights. Chop glitch vocals whisper, clutch trace initiated. Sinking mind prismatic pops and buffer noises add texture as the system begins to stabilize. Criminal flux, flip down, bass it's harder, almost robotic with them. sounding like machinery slamming shut. The lead synth is warped and reversed, cycling in spirals like a flux vortex. Percussion layers intensify, clicky snares, clanking metal hits, and reverse crashes by jam. Meltdown, bass hits harder, almost robotic, with every kick sounding like machinery slamming shut. The lead synth is warped and reverse, cycling in spirals like a flux vortex. Percussion layers intensify, clicky snares, clanking metal hits, and reverse crashes. The drop re-emerges, now with that it's a bass modulation and stereo booming. Bassline becomes more syncopated, like a corrupted file playback. Simply distorts further with every loop, sounding raw and unstable. Beat layers break and reform mid-drop, reminiscent of reboot attempts. Final shout, model flux, mind face detonate. Leading terminal tone loops like a dying server ping. All instruments phase out to reflect your filter spiral. Last sound, one distant synth beep and then digital silence. Jam collapse. Terminal engaged. A cold wind sweeps in, digitally processed and echoing through metallic chambers. Faint chimes shimmer like frozen crystals, falling in slow motion. Low sub-rumble pulses beneath a high-pitched reverse glitch motif. A fragmented vocal warped by digital frost. System-locked choir drop initializing rewind. Click, ice crackles, then silence. Drop one, boom, the first drop slams in like a cryogenic chamber exploding open. Freezing bass wobbles, freezing shatter midline. Backed by snare hits that sound like breaking glass. A shimmering lead synth flutters with icy lay, glitching like corrupted memory sectors. Brethren in glyphs dance between channels. Rewind, they crash again. Tempo slows slightly, entering a chill breakdown. The bass hums, undertaking glitch hats and filtered pass wells. Digital heartbeat pulses, always no whisper, robotic voice. Memory loop initiating rewind cycles. Under voice effects, pull the beat backwards like a tape reel snapping. Pull the run light circles like a tape reel snapping. Filter risers build up from ice crack samples and reverse hi-hat rolls. Pitch bends, synths climb over. No escape from the rewind. Everything crumbles, kick cuts out. Only fractured synth shards and frozen delayed tails remain. Times for samples glitch, crackled and phased out. A single line emerges from the noise. Still frozen, still frozen, still frozen, still frozen, grinding. All elements return with force, now layered in deep breath. The bass is sharper, the lead now moving live with guided urban stuff. Bubble screen, purple twist, filters, reversers in mid-drop, adding chaos. Final drop, reset, hard rewind. Final drop, reset, hard rewind. The beat decays, freezing in place, phase out like it's sticking in deep snow. Lost elements of filament, a single reverse cut, slowly falling into silence. Moving glitch, trick, trick, heart, pain, cold, glitch up and and final drop reset, hard rewind. The beat decays, freezing in place, bass fades out like it's sinking into deep snow. The last element, a single reverse pad slowly thawing into silence. Screen glitched up and end. An ominous digital atmosphere fills the air with crackling static and firewall alarm sounds. Synth pads swirl with glitchy, distorted tones mimicking data scrambling behind a firewall. Subtle percussive clicks and reverse samples serrate a tense, suspenseful buildup. A robotic voice whisper. Firewall breach detected. Initiate crush code sequence. Soft, authentic synths pulse steadily, simulating digital heartbeats. Drop 1. A heavy bass drop crashes in with powerful distorted sub bass and bunched kicks. Traps fell hi-hats rattle with rapid-fire triplets and snapping snares. A gritty glitch bassline stutters and weaves through the beat layered with digital bass vocal chops glitch and sync. The beating phrases like crush, code, breach. Synth stab hits and laser zaps accentuate the aggressive energy. Intensity pulls back slightly to reveal a rhythmic synth pattern glitching and warping around the vocals. Robotic vocal, lyre wall locked. The percussion simplifies to emphasize the bass wobble and glitch, creating tension before the next drop. Rising synth rises with increasing filter resonance, build anticipation. Snare rolls accelerate with digital noise bursts layered on top. The vocal sample counts down. 3, 2, 1. A high-pitched sweep climbs and cuts sharply before the drop. The bass returns with heavier distortion and a more complex rhythm. Some bass pulses slam with syncopated kicks, while glitch effects weave in stutter patterns. Vocal chops become more frantic, adding urgency. Crush code override, execute synth sweeps and laser-like sound effects give a cybernetic edge. The only leaving a sparse, eerie synth pattern filtered glitchy noise. Reversed verbal echoes faintly. The tension mounts as the sound slowly build back up with glitch. All elements return in full force with added layers of distorted bass and high-energy percussion. The glitch bassline intensifies, weaving rapidly around the thick, aggressive sub. Synth stabs and digital crashes create a chaotic yet controlled climax. Crush code, ending with a final bass slam and glitchy fade out. Static noise and digital glitches slowly fade out, leaving a soft filtered synth that dissolves to silence. A final robotic whisper says, firewall secured. Digital ambience leaks through the speakers. Warp tones, big crushed static, and reversed audio flashes flutter like warning signs. An eerie voice crackles in and out.
System error. Loop disrupted. Anomaly detected.
Minimal percussion taps and granular textures shift unpredictably. Suddenly, a high-pitched riser starts winding upward as a robotic synth prepares for impact. The drum hits with a blue glitch bassline stuttering through an off-grid rhythm. The kick and snap ups through layers of digital distortion. Digital adopted phrases like reboot, flip, crash control. Sound design twists and spirals. Each bass hit feels like a corrupted file crashing through a firewall. Lasers fire, a metallic crashes loop with warp delay effects. The energy dips but tension lingers. An atmospheric pad enters, soft but glitched, constantly warping in pitch and modulation. Cyberpunk vocals drift in. I see the fragments. Code collapsing, still dancing in the loop. Beats simplify, shifting into halftime trap kicks and hi-hat pulls that flicker like broken code. Build up, with all the loops and process process, noise climbs higher. Glitch elements stack, chop vocals, repeat. Glitch snare rolls accelerate, robotic gasps intensify. 3, 2, 1. There's basket crush stabs, distorted risers. It's a sonic system fiddling. Constantly, it's unpredictable, and that's the point. Silence, then a single broken piano chord loops like a glitched cassette. A robotic voice mutters in reverse. Evaporated static swells around, restarting anomaly unrecoverable. Reverb builds as fragments of the earlier drop, echo faintly like digital ghosts. Final drop, it returns. Final drop, everything returns, but even more corrupted. Syncopated beats, pitch bend, bass growls detuned, and loops and malfunctioning out patterns. The sense now stream like overgone circuits. A huge subpulse drops every 8 bars, shaking the floor. Final vocal drop. This is the glitch drop. Distorted wind down, everything slows, tempo glitches and funk. Final sound, a soft click like a power switch turning off. Choose 7 code collapsing, still dancing on the loop, still dancing in the field. Sample glitches, then fades. Final sound, a soft click, like a power switch turning off. A corrupted digital ambience leaks through the speakers. Warped tones, bit-crushed static, and reversed audio glitches flutter like warning signs. An eerie voice crackles in and out. Rebel. I know true cyberrun, book collapsing, still dancing in the loop. The beat simplifies, shifting into halftime. Trap kicks and hi-hat rolls that flicker like broken code. Build up, while the price are made of D2 synths and processed noise climbs higher. Rich elements snap, top flickless rhythm. Join the baseline enters, sounding like 2 digital machines wrestling mid-meltdown. Laser zap, big crush snaps, distorted risers. There's a sun, there's a sign, sips the veil. It's a robotic voice muttering in reverse. It's a song like it's some veil. Rave. Vital drop. Stepping to hard trap and flux form, again full song. ChatGPT said 72. Hard trap and flux form, again full song. John Robertson, fuck. Metallic chains rattle in reverse, building atmosphere. Heavy soft bubbles rise from the depths. Sounds like a tank moving up. Distorted voiceover, mail coded, low pass filtered. Inbound pressure, armor systems locked. Prepare for influx. Impact in the relentless hard trap style. Airway slam under a crushing bass growl. The lead is a serrated sausage bent through phaser. Automation buzzing like a wardrobe. Snare hits feel like mechanical punches later with robotic hiss. Glitchy vocal loop amplifies and beat goes into a war march groove. Slow tempo with choppy kick rolls and military style snares. Synth line re-emerged, pitched down in half-time time. Dark cyber pads and radio static in the background. Intercom style voiced. Trauma system sings tactical resonance stabilized. Ascending alarm effects like warning glasses. Pitch numbered with increasing distortion sweeps. A second synth layer enters a cybernetic horn. Stab jumped on every 4th bar. Brutal stop snares clash with robotic breakbeat fills. New vocal burst. Flooded down. Glitch down silence. Only sparks clicks and F tones linger. A reverb heavy drone hums in F minor. Metallic effects twist into a granular build-up. Like a mech recharge in fallen fusion mode. On chapters full industrial air. Heavy cylinders over the space. And dozens gyro conferences and just desktop conferences. Keep dropping goes under its rattling like a breaking paper. Arpeggio towards spirals. Upward as vocal sample rebounds. Distortion From tempo with chopping kick wasn't military stars. Stairs, since I should creep on offline. It's a robot, metallic click. Ends with a warm metallic click. And weight patterns, how low will increase distortion sweeps. A second synth layer meters. Our grenade horns that jumped on every foot bump room, so stop splash. Roaring breakbeat fills, new vocal burst. Shut it down. Fresh now silence, only sparse clicks and anthem tones linger. A reverb, heavy pronouns in S minor. Metallic effects twist into a granular buildup. Like a man recharging, full drop. No cautious low load. Hard trap goes full industrial here, heavy starter.
A sharp metallic spot ignites the track like in a power relay. Flickering glitch artifact scattering stereo zap click pop. A low bass filters in blue pulses like a countdown sequence. Vocal texture fades in, robotic and chopped. Visualizing ignition, break. Suddenly a harsh beat rises, declaring less. Release. Snapping into clarity like a system. Ripping system booted. Distorted, pieced down fit like flip circuit breakers. Main thing played as a quirky dude. Load grip gritty and pulsating. Drum slack with fat kicks and glitched down claps. Sync like voltage meters. Loop break left slice every sequence. Jumps earlier. Faces glitching to new rhythms. Break the loop. Baseline swings hard. Stop with side chain compression. Riding every pulse. The ball clears through field. Rhythmic clicking reverses symbols. Jaded glitches spiral like rewired data signals. Percussion jumps to minimal, just a pulses and upbeat rap echoes. Grinchy female vocal samples, whispers. Every move breaks eventually. Textures swell like melting circuits in the background. Hand left and right snare rolls begin to distort. Fragment an inch roll. New vocal builds tension. When noise rises, pitch of a brain fused and hard cut. Reinforced baseline returns even more aggressive. Modulated, sliding chop level burst at energy. Ignition looter with metallic hits and reverb gifts. Snaps on gnostic beat, hitting an unexpected beat for 10. Puts bells of the beat, looking in the beat's bar. Splitting universe for 10. Watch, pitch walks, melodic lid with granular delay. Beats swell like broken memory banks. Only kick remains, slower to reverse, mimicking a heart rate. Silence of the drop are heard like echoes from the future. Oblivious elements return in overdrive. Starting out balls, stereo shifted. Machine guns, lower
reverse. Slowly pan left and right, ghost voices trapped in the code. Suddenly, blow and rumble emerges like an ancient engine rebooting from the shadows. A ghostly voice, glitch pitched and layered. Slash incoming, distorted, but noises and warp paths swell, then snap. But remote, engaged, your punches drop like tubes going impacts. The main baseline snarls, it's metallic elastic, goes layered with mirrored textures. Air hits feel like green flashes in a digital windstorm vocal. Chops, stabs, loop, tread, slash. Glitch feels raw like corrupted data crawling through the system. It's bass heavy, but with spectral honors trailing every hit. The beat strips back to dark, shivering chords. A spectral pad shimmers like broken glass. Vocal. Vocal, goes forth, I pushed. Bass slash in reverse, flavor verse. I have thunder irregularly programmed with panic rhythms. Delay effects mimic ghost echoes through the game mainframe. The limited earthful riser begins, but it's off. It warps and breaks, then reforms. Reverse, snares and adverbs, snares slugging like a freight train. New percussive elements, sharpless metallic clinks. Hold the glitch with field culture, a mid-drop phantom echo where all sound cuts and replays a half second late. Then sinks, chop vocal, beat. A slow pulsing ghost hum. A piano plays softly in reverse as if morning. Static creeps in like fog. Vocal whispered. Bass lash was never real. But the ghost code cracks. Suddenly, beat drop even lower than before. Bass hits creep, pressure waves like earthquakes. Chop glitch feels sliced between kicks, stuttering the rhythm. An orchestral stab enters midway, spilling into a sudden haunted trapstorm crescendo. Snare rolls drag with chains through digital dirt. Final vocal sudden haunted trap stuck crescendo. Everything glitches to silence, then a single haunting pad plays a minor key motif, a whisper in reverse. Drip, 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 final sound. Space hums like a cooling server, raining digital clips and bass crushed pops, pulse randomly, growing rolls, grow like silent quakes, tension, a robotic whisper. Pressure initialized, drive engaged, reverse glitch riser built with stuttery static. Sharp like a shard like high sip, sound split, make slice in. Case snare pattern built under fast digital FX. Filter swift up, stay and chirp, face wobble teases the drop. Watch glitch reverse. Pressure, drive, pressure, drive. Massive rhythm drop, metallic syncopated bass hits like collapsing steel walls. Hits like collapsing steel walls. Kick, memory hits, every force, public glitch access. Bass off rumbles return, distorted like a cracked signal, a rubber ripper. You have the ear supplier that is under the rhythm pattern, the laser cut baseline with sharper transient patches. Fox snippets. Irreversible, glitch fills between phrases, aggressive and angular. Rhythm switches to polymetric, swing briefly. BPM slow slightly with warp filter fading. First PM is lightly, that's swirl. With watcher code regenerating, the melodic fragment returns. Burying big fuzz, full force all layers combined. Phrases slice layered, my laser and laser carved. Robotic jet and backwards. Sounds like a digital fluid fight over rhythm. Drop pens in hard stock, complete digital patience, faith, unentirely glitch, melons, houses. I mean it's all face like power dying in a crossroads server. Final gates, cross core and echo. Shut down, confirmed. So a single glitched blip. Drop ends in hard stop, complete digital silence. Faint binary glitch, pulses, ambient tone phase like power dying in a core server. Fatal with cross core and echo. Shut down, confirmed. to a single glitch blip. Pre-led synth plays a tense cyber melody. Mid-bass rumbles return, distorted like a cracked signal. Heavier sub-layer added under the rhythm pattern. Laser cut bass line with sharper transient edges. 5 snippets, system reach irreversible. Glitch fails between phrases, aggressive and angular. Those switches to polymetric swing briefly. Here's sub-layer added under the rhythm pattern. Laser cut bass line with sharper transient edges. System reach irreversible. Glitch fills swings between phrases, aggressive and angular. Switches to polymetric swing briefly. Here's slows slightly with warp filter fit. Glitchy ambient path swirl. Reflection code regenerating melodic fragment returns. Buried in bass fuzz. Full force, all layers combined. Basses like you cool along synthetic warning beeps. Comprising electric buzz like denim overload. Dated cyber evidence with wide stereo spread. Living bug rolling like trap code. Mobile authorized port detected. Initiating slam wave containment. Kick and snare roll begins. Sharp and metallic. Bass global filters in with resonance sweeps. Because it'll clean shapes. Snails rises with firewall crackling textures. White breach. Singers transplantate into rhythm bass lines on the bar beats. Intervals of bit crush, silence followed by massive punches. Drum steady takes them with ghost taps and machine reverb. Firewall shatter samples crackling interference burst packets. Baseline echoes into glitchy ambient paths. Vocals stuck a loop. Firewalls land. Firewall slam. Variants with wide stereo spread. Traps echoing like trap code. Robotic voice authorized port detected. Initiating slam wave containment. Initiating slam wave containment. Double voice distorted. Firewall collapse confirmed. Call out slam section. Rhythm bass is a layer. Reverse lasers. Slow trust. Zoom tape with no frequency crush. Rhythm steps into halftime. Glitch fills at 3:30. Firewall sounding body splitting into slam wave. Only glitchy static, broken synth chords remain with the digital echo fades into darkness. Title soft voice, system offline. Climb. Glitch crackle effects switch sporadically. A pitched down voice loops. System breach. Overrun. Trap hi-hats startlingly clicking, skipping like corrupted data. Glitchy synth stabs keys in stereo space. 808s begin pulsing under a rising glitch vocal loop. Stutter risers build tension. Time stretched, reversed, repitched. CPU error beeps buzzing, distortion, then silence.
Heavy 808 bass drops with a crackling glitch snare.
Twisted track beat with off-beat skips and breakneck fills. It sounds like a corrupted saw-led glitch mid-render. At the crushed vocal chops stutter unpredictably. White noise sweeps and circuit zaps fill space. Beat pulls back. Broken melodic up twitches like malfunctioning hardware. Ambient glitch layers. Chop fox. Glitch. Trap. Second drop gets more chaotic. Drums trap tighter and reverse snapped. Baselines distorted gain up side chain to broken clock ticks. Sys glitch more aggressively. At times tempo seems to trick, mimicking a system crash. FX, a warped alarm screams faintly in the background. Melodic glitch theme returns, slow focus and stretched and reversed, forming a haunted trap motif. Electrical noise surges build underneath. Glitched explosion beat fractures into trap chaos. Syncopated drum fills. Synth flipping pitch every bar. Beat crush simple stacked over 808s. One shot effects like static bursts. Fried modem noise. Track fades with tape hiss low 808 tail. Final glitched voiced. Error, corrupted file terminated. Ends on a broken audio pop.
Pulsing sub haze, low electric crackles and beeping uplinks.
Initializing encore system. Hostile rampage mode engaged.
A robotic voice whispers, chopped up by high-pass filters. Metallic hits echo in stereo, reverb heavy. Stuttered hi-hats and synth uplifts start climbing. Melodic siren like lead modulates upwards. Bass swells underneath like lead modulates upwards. Bass swells underneath like lead modulates upwards. Bass swells underneath like charging plasma. Ion surge maximum load. Kick snare combo increases in urgency. Bass explodes with deep distorted rooms and staccato growls. Sidechain lead stab over every fourth kick. Glitch fills in a cut. Bass crush reverb tails jump vocals. Some bass LFOs grind in half-step patterns.
patch. Clean pad emerges with all updates since sparkle. Erotic spoken phrase layered under. Data integrity breached, ion core is unstable. Filter sweet bills for next drop. Next there, double kicks added. Synth breakpoint stuttering while stereo delay. Work out screen bills for otherwise software. Kill rampage threshold. Track collapses into white noise, static and data glitch effects. Tempo walks momentarily at 150 150 BPM. Reverse signals and uplifter riser. All out chaos with crushed bass, top secret and kick rolls. Synth melody distorted, echo shattered. Fragments, final rampage vocal hits stretched and torn. Droning sub fades into silence. One final voice line. Rampage sequence complete. Ion core shutting down.
Mostly harmful like a reactor booting up. Gradual fade in of hydraulic hiss, metallic groans and servo squeals. Sparse metallic drum hits echo in deep space, slowly increasing tempo. Distorted robotic voice glitching. Systems purge initiated and a gradual fade in of hydraulic hiss, metallic groans and servo squeals. Sparse metallic drum hits echo in deep space, slowly increasing tempo. Distorted robotic voice glitching. Systems purge initiated and the system purge in metal. Throbbing industrial bass synth pulses and slow rhythm. Metallic snares and piston percussion layer on top. Siren-like risers blend with robotic growls. Synth screech ramping into feedback loop. Synth screech ramping into feedback loop. Sample-footed bass rips like iron plates scraping. Kick heavy industrial sounding with mechanical click layers. They're thick flying like metallic burst. Bountifulls, steam vents, chain tracks. Lead synth sharp. Tunes now with a tearing texture. The rhythm is bass, syncopated like a failing war machine. Everything slows, glitches and fractures. Beat falls apart into stutters. A haunting ambient drone. Robotic whispers. Purge complete, adetic corrupted. New bassline, heavier, wobblier, sidechain to crush snares. Filtered machine gun hats and servo effects. Vocal and filtering sound and neurotic whispers. Purge complete, adetic corrupted. New bassline, heavier, wobblier, sidechain to crush snares. Filtered machine gun hats and servo effects. Throbbing industrial bass synth pulses and slow rhythm. Metallic snares and piston percussion layer on top. Siren-like risers blend with robotic growls. Synth screech ramping into feedback loop. Reboot the Mac loop. Massive distorted bass rips like iron plates scraping. Kick heavy industrial sounding with mechanical click layers. Snare thick clang like metallic burst. Bountifulls, steam screech ramping into feedback loop. Synth screech ramping into feedback loop. Jades the crow with a tearing texture. The rhythm is bass but syncopated like a failing war machine. Everything slows, glitches and fractures. Beat falls apart into stutters. A haunting ambient drone under robotic whispers. Purge complete, adetic corrupted. New bassline, heavier, wobblier, sidechain to crush snares. Filtered machine gun hats and servo effects. Overdrive. Screeching feedback layer behind And every second bar, emergency alarms cycle in the background like a siren sample degrading into noise. Bass fades into filtered static, mechanical ambience returns, winged through metal whirring fans dying. Last echoing sound, a shutdown chime, 3 distorted notes, robotic whisper as final line, reboot denied.
Oh no, we saw you so fast, slowly fading. Where's my flux? Melodic, dreamy, lost in code, no way to go. Signals freeze and overflow. Heartbeat sinks with neon skies. I'm alive but paralyzed. Trapping creeps and will flat bursts. Arms since begin to rise. That's once I change the snare. Hear me from the other side. Fast hi-hat, build tension. Full over right now. Rushing kick, heavy sub bass. Lost in two leads, gliding in. Syncopated rhythm, vocal chop effects. Grab snares with bit crush.
Silence, then only a distant pad. Clenched heartbeat effects.
Data looper, stuck inside this glowing maze. Every line of code betrays. Echoes leak from memory cores. I don't know who I was before. Deeper vocal processing, almost I like. Music counter melody, added in background. Trap hats and burns build rapidly. Lit melody, reintroduce the switch. Stronger filter, vocal, firewall, burn the glitch. Heavier bass than drop one. Stuttering synth rhythm with cyber sirens. Extra wild read stereo cannon. Bass rolls out in waves, hitting harder each time. Salsa piano keys, echoing reverb. Auto-tune voice soft and distant. I remember light, noise, silence. Glitch crash cuts the final build. Give each drop 2 but pitch shifted up. Rock abandoned beats underneath adds drama. All effects fade into a final heartbeat sense. Ends on stuttered voice, neon quarantine. Punch kick, heavy sub bass. Lush to tune leads gliding in. Syncopated rhythm, vocal jump effects, quarantine. Trap snares with bit crush. Silence, then only a distant time. Glitched heartbeat, that's distant glitch echoes. Lush turned into that a loop forever. Lush teeth, heavy sub bass. Lush to tune leads gliding in. Syncopated rhythm, vocal jump effects, quarantine. Trap snares with bit crush. Silence, then only a distant pad. Glitched heartbeat effects. Beta loop forever. Stuck inside this glowing maze. Every line of code betrays. Echoes leak from memory cores. I don't know who I was before. Deeper vocal processing, almost I-like. Music counter melody, added in background. Trap hats and perks builds rapidly. Good melody, reintroduce the riff, stronger filter. Break the firewall, burn the glitch. Heavier bass than drop one. Stuttering synth rhythm with cyber sirens. Extra wide stereo cannon. Bass rolls out in waves, hitting harder each time. Sparse piano keys, echoing reverb. Auto-tune voice, soft and distant, I remember. Light, noise, silence. Glitch crash.
Flame static like corrupted radio signals. Filtered detune paths slowly sweep in, layered with a low-fidelity vocal whisper. Initiate failed protocol. Transmission compromised. Slow kick pattern pulses under filtered granular textures.
Sound rolls begin, glitching and pitch shifting upward. Subtle hi-hats start ticking like a countdown. Rising drum, stiff modulated by ring-shifted noise adds tension. Final reverse vocal stutter, and then head-to-head. Kick, snare combo slams in with reverb heavy snares.
Filtered detune paths slowly sweep in, layered with a low-fidelity vocal whisper. Initiate failed protocol. Transmission compromised.
Slow kick pattern pulses under filtered granular textures. Sound rolls begin, glitching and pitch shifting upward. Subtle hi-hats start ticking like a countdown. rising drone Stiff, modulated by ring shifting noise as tension Final reverse double stutter and snare combo slams in with reverb heavy snares Mid bassline a wobbling neuro stop alternating with razor edge mid-range distortion Dapper crackles, spit, spins along and glitch bursts that shift in stereo Melodic ghosts, synth floats in background Heavily sidechained to bass Corruption level rising Blows back into ambient bass Shuffle vocal echoes, reversed effects Introduces eerie pad from intro But now with modulated delay High-pitched granular synth crackles like shattered glass Bass gets darker and glitchier Syncopated rhythms and polymetric fills New element machine gun hacks and distorted vocoded phrase Initiate turn-up blurs, fast neuro stabs Fade in and out, touched by punch and kick Drop ends with a rough system crash Effects, everything freezes for a beat Static washes back in Past stretch and fragmented silence Final whisper, transmission lost Ends on a glitched out silence drop Gets darker and glitchier Syncopated rhythms with polymetric fills New element machine gun hacks and distorted vocoded phrase Initiate terminal blurs
Sounds echo like data packets, a robotic voice speaks. Network breach detected, launching packet stored call. Bass hum grows shuffling hats and tiny percussive glitches fade in.
Aggressive hi-hat rolls and crescendos Data sweeps pitch up Vocal chop Packet stored Everything comes up for 1-2 second Then insane halftime rhythm with glitch snare accents Sub-bass pulses in syncopated patterns Like corrupted packet bursts robotic growls Synthetic bass leads bounce left to right Glitch fills every 4 bars Drum step, drums tear through with double kicks and triplet no snares
Everything distorts into digital noise. Fragmented melody emerges, glossy lead art, soft vocal.
Rebuild begins with risers and a firewall Sizzling bass line sweeping up Heavier, faster, more syncopation Detuned bass locked up cyber rap line Zero gate, overload port, break fury mode Kickstack rhythm with distorted sub Underneath visual and audio Imagine packets being shredded All drums glitch into 16th notes Then time stretch slows them down Sub-bass distorts like an amp overheating Robotic jet builds Packet storm initiated full collapse Quick freak out silence Massive risers Pedal signature lead melody Comes in layered with noise Crunched harmonics Kick snare kicks harder than before Sounds of runners powering down System failure alarms and not out Final snare rolls snap like gunfire Drop ends will fall and it's swallowed by a bass vacuum Filtered static and distant bass fade One final transmission from the vocal mod Systems offline Anthem glitch till it's sub hum fading into black
distant pings fade. One final transmission from the vocal mod. Packet storing consistence offline. Ends with glitch tail and sub hum fading into black.
Soft shimmering synth pads ripple and slowly layered with subtle glitch textures. Gentle digital water droplets and static bleeps fade in and out, creating a sense of immersion. Ambient vocal chops with a dreamy robotic timbre whisper, flow, shift, ripple. A soft sub-bass hum grows underneath. Percussion emerges, crisp claps, hi-hats with stutter delay and glitchy snare rolls. Synthotal rise in pitch, swirling like particles, accelerating through space. Rising white noise sweep adds tension. Vocal glitch phrases repeat adds tension. Drive, ripple, quantum. Bass begins a subtle pulsing rhythm. Main synth drops with a warm modulated lead, oscillating smoothly. Bassline pulses with sidechain wobble, deep yet fluid. Layer glitch effects create sparkling rhythmic textures around the groove. Percussion grooves steadily with syncopated kick and snare patterns. Ambient pads and reverse synth staffs flow in and out, adding depth. Instruments pull back, leaving glitchy textures and fragmented vocal samples. Slow, modulated synths create an otherworldly atmosphere. Goat-stretched vocals fill the space with unpredictable stutters. High-frequency arpeggios cascade and sparkles, simulating data streams. Vocal chops are chopped tighter, layered with delay and reverb. Percussion intensifies with additional hi-hats and snare rolls. Additional hi-hats and snare rolls. Synths and bass fade gradually, replaced by ambient ripple sounds and distant glitch echoes. Flow dissolve beyond with the phrase, flow dissolve beyond. Final synth ripple slowly trails off into silence.
Faint hard drive noises, glitch clicks, and digital fans. Deep ambient hum like a computer booting in a dark data bunker. Robotic voice glitching, RAM integrity compromised, initiating protocol. Distant industrial thuds, like machine footsteps in the void. Distorted kick drum enters slow, stomping, layered with metallic reverb and sub-pulse. Grinding bassline fades in like a tectonic plate of corrupted code shifting. Glitch fills begin to fracture the rhythm. Earthquake bassline hits. Sub-heavy duff of groove with tremor-like pitch wobbles. Distorted synths rise and fall like collapsing code towers. Some style offbeat snares with metallic tails. Clanks and machine hisses between fills. FX RAM red errors as sound staffs. Data overload alarms subtly layered. Tempo slows, ghostly synths. Static fog, overblik, quick, 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 quick. New synth, wideband digital screech layered with vanilla bass growl. Kick hits heavier with extra distortion, like the system is breaking. Glitch dub effects swirl around stereo space. Groove shifts slightly off grid, as if corrupted. Overplayed glitches through distorted kick drum. Wailed, all percussion drops out. RAM fan sounds, blurring corrupted samples and memory blips.
Robotic voice whisper. Core dump pure seismic chaos. Rapid elbow bass wobbles collide with distorted industrial textures. Rhythms glitch mid-measure like drum memory crashing. Final glee effects crash over the top in a wave of overdriven synth fire. Bass fades into memory, echo pulses. Final ramp click hard shutdown sound. Screen hum fades to silence. Dub style, snares with metallic tails. Clanks and machine hisses between fills. Clanks and machine hisses between fills. FX ran the sound stacks. Dub style, snares with metallic tails. Clanks and machine hisses between fills. Clanks and machine hisses between fills. FX ran the sound stacks. Hang overload along subtly layered. Tempo slow strips to sit static fog. Vocal blink safely. Overweight the lobe faintly. Quick, new synth, wideband, digital screech layered with analog, bass grab, kick hits heavier with extra distortion like the system is breaking. Glitch dub effects swirl around stereo space. Groove shifts slightly off grid, as if corrupted. While percussion drops out, bubble band fan sounds whirring corrupted samples and memory blips. Robotic voice, whisper, core dump imminent. Pure seismic chaos, rapid LFO, bass wobbles collide with distorted industrial textures. Rhythms glitch mid-measure like drum memory crashing. Final glee effects crash over the top in a wave of overdriven synth fire. Bass fades into memory, echo pulses. Final ramp click hard shutdown sound. Screen hum fades to silence.
Warm analog synth has shiver with slow filter sweeps.
Soft dripping synths pulse, floating city lights flickering in the rain. A gentle drum machine kick taps in a steady 4/4 beat paired with vintage hi-hat patterns. Distant sirens and city ambience fade in, setting the cyberpunk mood.
Rise up,
Reclaim, bassline enters deep and warm. With a slight distortion edge, simply plays a hopeful driving melody with reverb and chorus effects. Percussion gains complexity, snares advance at rhythmic texture. Vocals, under neon skies, shadows fight to breathe. Sparks ignite the night, breaking chains unseen. Drum fills and rising synth sweeps increase tension. Bass modulates, becoming more aggressive in presence. Glitch effects and stuttered synths create urgency. Proclaim, reclaim the night. Rising white noise and filtered synth risers lead into the drop. Full synthwave lead blasting with bright sawtooth waves and vibrato. Bass punches hard with sidechain pumping, driving the rhythm. Drum pattern intensifies with punchy kicks, snappy snares, and rapid hi-hats. Background synth layers create a lush, textured. Fight back, stand tall. Energy is high, invoking a victorious uprising. Percussion drops out, pads and soft synths take focus. Melody simplifies into a reflective, melancholic phrase. Ambient city sounds, distant thunder, rain blended with subtle synth drones.
hold the line, never yield. Never yield, never yield. Hold the line, never yield. Never
snare opens with cold low drones and digital static. A female synthetic voice mutters, initializing turbo surge cradles. The bass rumbles in the distance, deep and wide like tectonic motion. Glitch reverberated pads swell slowly in the background. Dark electrical videos fade in with flickering tempo. Metallic clays and reverse slows build tension. Bass pulses start to quake, slow and ominous. A distorted voice. Power overload imminent. Then silence, only one taking symptom remains. Baseline surge activated. Cuts out, just a heartbeat like pulse revives robotic breathing effects. Ambient crackle grows into a glitch storm. Surge intensifies, baseline now gating, modulating a strong attack. Distorted reverb tails then going through into infinite space. Percussion includes reverse scale spells and down sample clock glitches. Pulsing lasers and granular sweeps. Breathe malign dissonance over the deep throb. Collapses into static, a sound sucked into a high-pitched vortex. Robotic voice returns, system integrity 0%. Countdown begins with modulation. Rises, full on surge chaos. Baseline feels distorting since no space left. Get hits like machine gun pulses. Alarms without sirens, shut down chimes. Some bass fades to nothing. Final background held in free frame. One last terminal. Unlock good trenches. It into silence. End with a soft powered down hum. Like a machine vomiting power. Electric crackles off grid hits, shuffling metallic fills. Glitch still slicing every 8 bars. Dabs return, but warped and unstable. Baseline cuts out, just a heartbeat like pulse. Robotic breathing effects, semi crackle grows into a glitch storm. Surge intensifies, baseline now gated and modulated with sharp attack. Distorted bricks that go into the fifth base of clock glitches. The persistent touchdowns, fills and down several clock glitches. Pulsing lasers and granular sweeps. We're like a definition, so with a deep throw. The collapses attack to static. All sounds something to a heartbeat.
Listen, got enemy out is over the sound of flickering circuitry. Distorted signal noise passes like a digital heart monitor. Robotic voice counts down with mechanical delay.
Relay in 3, 2, 1.
Snare taps begin, clicking metallic echo, building the tension like a ticking bomb. Delay locked in, a snare-driven beat slammed forward with razor-sharp syncopation. The bass is thick and fractured, oscillating between wet cyber slides and dry crunch textures. Hi-hat snap in reverse while glitch artifacts ping pong between stereo channels. Vocal jump. Overload, jammed in. Groove switches into a bouncing halftime rhythm. 808s waddle under a canopy of percussive glitches and static bursts. Melodic elements, a dirty synth, apotheo climbing in erratic pitch. In the background, broadcast beats mimic emergency system test. Snare wolf become increasingly chopped and jittery effects. Digital relay clicking, fast firing like Morse code. Vocal modulation ramps up, relay spinning, ditto.
massacre. White noise, miser sweet thoughts and cuts. Drop tuts.
This is Bassquake.
Drums hit harder with double time snares layered over a glitched out sublime. Bass morphs between an analog grit and robotic squeal. Sits go sharp and angular, stuttering like corrupted data packets. Each 8 bars a heavy break snare solo cuts through like a hard reset strike. Atmosphere drops out, leaving only low hums and rhythmic beeping. The snares echo in the void like a relay signal bouncing endlessly. Effects analog modem screech, morphing into distant static hum. Final drop, everything sinks into a final high-speed snare assault. Bass tears through filters, resonating with glitchy overdrive. Vocal line returns glitch beyond recognition.
TR4
Delay, array, rhythm fractures in the last 8 bars like a scrambled transmission. Bass tears through filters, resonating with glitchy overdrive. Vocal line returns glitch beyond recognition.
The rhythm fractures in the last 8 bars like a scrambled transmission.
Final glitch burst, followed by complete silence. I'm alone. I'm alone.
Thinking about one sound effects, beats that are burst.
Sings and titles with glitch delay. Blink ready in this feedback sequence. Rising sub-bass heartbeat. Staccato hi-hats and glitching percussion. Synthesizer with pitch bend and digital crackle. Slam. Send bass hits with layered distortion. Syncopated trap beat with heavy 808 kicks. Backtrack synchronized to percussion. Backtrack slam echoing in the synth stab. Whispered voice ammo, junction test. Heavier bass slam with fixed and distortion tails. Rising trap, hi-hats and snare rolls. Steampunk Pidgeo returns with more intensity. Final vocal shout, DJ rolls. Indie upland, glitch effects fading out. So bass slowly diminishes. Digital noise loops and fading echoes. Backtrack sequence complete.
Sparkling throughout a deep space. Distant feedback loops. Pulse and build tension.
Bass slowly charges with sauce and distortions.
Visualizing best kinetic core online. Build up.
Rising tempo trap, hi-hat sync with electric feedback. Power surge, sound effects and robotic whisper.
Feedback loop stabilizing.
Silence sax before drop. Massive kick bass feedback combo. Massive kick bass feedback combo. Like a sci-fi generator overload. Bass rhythm spirals with reverse modulation. Sharp synth leads dance with reactive delay effects. Syncopated snare rolls bounce off feedback bursts. Beat style, lyrical futuristic trap meets retro groove hybrid. bass. System feedback loop terminated.
Game consoles start of dawn, distorted running circuits. Lower and bumping in with the crush sweeps. Rapid 16-bit styles, heavily filtered. Bit crushed laps and rising effects. High frequency squeals like feedback from broken circuits. Countdown effects, layered with distorted 42 watt RAM. Murmur is buried in bit crush and distortion. Game glitch, spare weapon synths blended with bass growls. Built with over a echo. Quick pitch shifting samples like game over effects. Lo-fi bass echoes, bit crush dialect effects fading in. The ghost in reverse synth blade. Robotic whisper, system key, critical. Slower meter, second drop, wide stereo bass, props with clips. Sputtered glitch, filtered syncopated hats, and massive glitch tail, not distant scream effects, rooted in digital noise.
Glitched sonar pings echoing digital fog. Static laced ring whooshes across the stereo field. 3-byte wave signal detected. Prepare for slam field. Rhythmic metallic pulses hint at incoming chaos. Glitch percussion begins to rise. Distorted sub-rumbling under a tightening snare roll. Sampled computer errors and distorted vocal commands. Reverse sucking bass then. Total silence. Ground pounding drop, giant kick, industrial bass slam. Good crushed hi-hats, triplet trap rolls. Glitch fills every 4 bars. Broken circuitry exploding. Jump vocal wave, black dropping left and right. Even heavier, layered detuned Reese bass. Cave snare, kiss your trap cadence. Double drop glitch, spin on final 8 bars. Ends in a massive data shatter, etc. Effects for silent crotch. Filter ambient data stream, low pass and trailing off. Final line, snowfield disengaged. Integrity lost. Lost sound, a soft corrupted file sound.
Track the number, cursive system, new robotic whisper, unmechanical to visualize crash. Imminent intention builds with layered bass crush and VH static. Hard hat-filled mixed with rising glitch tones. Alarming beats accelerate like CPU overload. Loading vocals, cutter with crash mod interloop. Robot launches suddenly mid-vocal glitch. Space sequence that modulates every 8 bars. Distorted kick that layer class that combo. Pre-quarterly fades, motor chips and thirds and fast scratch. Leads into mimic second melting sound. Good droppers, new cell droppers, hymns. Scope that the glue droppers and hymns. Slow tempo, reverse ambient, forwarding, infinite crash loop detecting. Heartbeat fade, tension returns, surge. Different sub-bass layers with delay glides. Zipping up full pitch modulation, mimics code collapsing. Drum fills become more erratic, chaotic snare drills. Final phrase includes volume, kernel, panic, distortion before blackout. Flash melody loops slowly decay, first parts are terminated. The land with digital pop and silence.
Distant alarm, texture deep upbeat from low building tension. Robotic void Blake initiated. Vast hi-hats and metallic snares. Big crushed vocal drops, system overboot. Laser synths rising in pitch. Countdown, 3, 2, 1. Earthquake bass hits with layered distortion. Machine gun kick pattern. 3G synth land. Fight bass's layered distortion. Machine gun kick pattern. 3G synth lead. Target bass. Heavy sub oscillations, mid-range growls. Rush knocking breakdown. Played by off ice. Cyber pattern, brace for impact. Heavier, slower tempo second beat. Bass slams with keys reverted. Syncopated percussion. Quick distorted 808s with crackling fades. Robotic voice fades out. Crit bite offline. And then decay soft static. Robotic voice alive in spark zone.
Rising synth bios like a voltage climb me. Digital claps stutter into rhythm. Snappy snares builds up, rise are layered over glitch textures. Glowy synth lead pulsing like a neon beacon. Brace for droplets, feel the sweep with countdown. 3, 2, 1. Meaty bass cannon hit, tight punchy, electrified. High energy trap beat with glitch sparks woven in. Wobble bass alternating with studded reverb shots. Laser zaps and glitch crashes between kicks. Laser zaps and glitch crashes between kicks. Lead melody switches every 8 bars for evolution. Hold back with ambient electro swirl. Broken beat with echo trails. Lightning whip effects, silence pauses. Faster tempo kick in full blitz mode bounce. Focus bass line with syncopated claps. Drill ops and spark zaps like a lightning storm. Ends with a chaotic glitch out fade. Electrostatic distortion trails off. Robotic voice fading out, sparks on disengage. Robotic voice analyzing spark zone. Robotic and electrified. Rising synth bios like a voltage climbing. Digital claps stutter into rhythm. Snappy snares builds up, rise and layered over glitch textures. Glowing synth lead pulsing like a neon beacon. Brace for droplets. Brace for droplets. Filter sweep with count and hit. Tight, punchy, electrified. High energy trappy with glitch sparks woven in. Wobble bass alternating with studded reverb shots. Laser zaps and glitch crashes between kicks. Laser zaps and glitch crashes between kicks. Laser zaps and glitch crashes between kicks. Lead melody switches every 8 bars for evolution. Pull back with ambient electro swirl. Broken beat with echo trails. Lightning whip effects, silence pauses.
Glitch static, corrupted sound effects. Broken modem sounds plus error tones. One line detected.
Rising metallic hits with echo delay.
Syncopated claps and ticking time bomb effects. Reaching rise a layer with reverse stairs. Vocal distortion breach in 3, 2. Fit into service sweeps of 808s. Broken laser synth stuttering in rhythm. Glitchy trap beat with off-grid hi-hats. Brushed vocal stacks of picking time bomb. Industrial ambient textures, robotic glitch. Robotic glitch, there's a main melody burr. Bass hits stretch out like crashing data packets. Bunchy snare hits trap crime crossover. Background alarm layer for tensions. Freak of slim she breaks apart. Rave tell a final 808 fading into silence. Offline terminated. Tell a final 808 fading into silence. Last whisper drop line terminated. Rising metallic hits with echo delay. Syncopated claps and ticking time bomb effects. Screeching rise a layer with reverse snares. Vocal distortion breach in 3, 2. Slamming distorted 808s. Broken laser synth stuttering in rhythm. Beats fine hi-hats. Crushed vocal stanza infraction. Ambient textures, slow body glitch. Groove slowly breaks apart. Reverb till final 808 fading into silence. Last whisper Turning bleak stacks bit crushed wind towards passive bells. Echoes, glass on the horizon.
High-pitched synth arpeggio fading in. Like bass pulses like a digital sunrise. Layered drum hits with stereo skips. Tension rise, reverse binary clicks, melodic. Free silence, distorted glitch pop before the drop. Hyper glitch bassline with flanger effects.
American guy and auto-tuned bit pop style.
Visualize the skyline flickering with every beat. 1/30 of the BGO fading in. Like bass pulses like a digital sunrise. Melody returns default into the background. Full scale click still flickering with art stills. Corrupts on faded system reset. Corrupted business. Relatives but warmth heavily detuned. EDM samples in sync with digital facts. Melody collapses into broken marginals.
Horizon faded system reset. Ends with a stretch, no pixel tone, fading to silence.
Like a decryption dagger. Also taking like a decryption timer. Also techno thrug with cryptic more style beats. Robotic female voice and this mean hex beat protocol. Authentication in progress. Cyber piano art slowly glitching. R-speed hi-hats, reverse snare fills. They'll stop low and cut to silent sharp inhale sound. Score rhythm, 6-beat bounce pattern, smart and usual but addictive. Dirty sub-bass twist from mudworse and distortion. Laser stabs neurophone wobbles tearing in sync. Laser stabs neurophone wobbles tearing in sync. Snare smack like steel traps. Glitch practical spray pan left right. Brief clean section like the calm before a digital storm. Reverb heavy plus a circuit hiss and static. Run bags, run bags, run bags, run bags. Bigger bass here, trapping stubs that crossover. Bass talks, protein repeating more style beats. Robotic female voice, initiating call. Authentication in progress. Cyber piano art slowly glitching. High-speed hi-hats, reverse snare fills. They'll see a roaring cut to silent sharp and hill sound. Mixed ground gives twist from modular some distortion. Laser stabs neurophone wobbles tearing in sync. Snare smack like steel traps, patterns. Clean section like the calm before a digital. Or heavy blocks of circuit hiss and static. Crossover, bass talks and stuttered sequence. It's driven by sighting. Digital click slow down. Like a dying signal. Possessed through glitch filters. Destiny City audience with radio tuning effects. Welcome to the loudnet. Baseline creeps and on a tire screeches. Train streets bypass filtered snares. Ace loop accelerating like a car gaining speed. Vocal shafts drift engage. Siren riser blends into a turbo whoosh. Sudden 808 sings with red sounds. Why stereo bass depends on drifting cars. Choppy trap hats and layer claps. Lead synth mimics the whine of an electric motor. Vocal Hawaii with digital stutter. With a nice city pads. Rear view vocal. Old synths echo like standard radar. Light melody over pulsing subs. Forward drift tempo, 90 BPM transfer. What are you with one growl fights? Bass wheels mimic shifting gears. Heavy drop time retire skid effects. Anything more sound and soft crackle. On a GPS voice and breaker robot line. Welcome to the loudnet. Baseline creeps and other tire screeches. Brake place wheels higher screeches. Just embrace wheels high pass filter of others. Snake wheels high pass filtered stairs. Race loop accelerating like a car gaining speed. Vocal just depth engage. Siren riser blends into a turbo turbo whoosh.
Baseline creeps in under tire screeches. Brakes, wheels, high pass, filtered snares. Bass loop accelerating like a car gaining speed. Vocal, shuffle, drift, and gain.
Slide later weights into its breath sounds. Wide stereo bass that pans like drifting cars. Choppy drum hats and later claps. Lead synth mimics the whine of a little electric motor. Vocal of IE with digital stutter. Wind and night city pads. Rear view focal. It's echo like scanner radar. Light melody over pulsing sub. Sloppy drum hats and layer claps. Lead synth mimics the whine of an electric motor. Vocal of IE with digital stutter. Wind and night city pads. Wind and night city pads. Yo, yo, shout for us. Wind and night city pads. Rear view focal. Yo, yo, wind and night city pads. Wind and night city pads. Wind and night city pads. Synths echo like scanning radar. Light melody over pulsing sub. Slower drift tempo, 90 BPM trap style. Late 30 with rev growl. That touch fills mimic shifting gears. Heavy drop down a tire skin effects. Fading motor sound time with tire skin effects. Fading motor sound and soft crackle upon a GPS voice a breaker over line. Destination reach loud net offline. Ends on deeps of fade out. Bass, fade out.
Slower drift tempo. Baseline is dirtier with rev growth effects. Punch fills mimic shifting gears. Heavy drops top of tire skid effects. Fading motor sound and soft crackle. Destination reach loud net offline. Ends on deeps of fade out. Wave rev growls.
Was corrupted system voice. No code injection detected. Virus wave forward. Distorted malware sirens and more so beats. Switch build up of hi-hats and rewound sounds. Builder hitting bass kicks, panning left, right. Switch pitch riser made for broken system alerts. Vocal executed, corner to blast. Flood the blast like radio interference building up. Metallic bass crowd drop, full spectrum crunch. 808s laced with malware style distortion. Flushing full of pings, clicks, and glitches. Synth layered with firewall noise tones. Stab memories yielded. Top bass and looping virus alert. Deep cyber habits like a lockdown server room. Protocol compromised. One snare slowly warps and twists. Reverse bass slap with higher aggression. Trap hats turn into chaotic patterns. Shock melody from malware alerts. Sped up final vocal burst. Code jam complete. Error signal fades to white noise. System voice systems ruined. Trail ends on glitch static.
High voltage crackles and zap facts. Electric ball is sinking with deep sub rumble. Robotic voice, trigger sequence initiated. Neon synth shimmer inbound. Pulsing alarms and glitch stress Anthems. Hi-hat rolls or power flickers. Chop the rolling system. Vocal below float. Rise in pitch like an energy wave. Baseline from electric bust to short. Valley drop rooms with tight snares. Waves the bass patterns. Glitches layered like lightning strike. Signature chop vocal. Top trigger. Every home like city. Power cutting. Echoing vocal effects. Processed with stutter. The minimal trap melody creeps back in. Rearming glitch effects. Recharge seeker. Heavier song like city power and top grooves. A basket seeker and more broken. Reverse synth thoughts are unstable. Feel final distorted vocal. EDM buzzing fades out. Robotic whisper trigger complete shutting down.
Lo-fi static. Phantom wave. Phantom wave. This is a bass warming up. Echo snare builds, loading up. Why don't we over? Rising synth shimmer. Thunderdome ponic up. Bass white rising and bending. Trap hi-hats with swing. Ambient horror synth. Phantom. Silence drop. Ambient pad re-entry. FX selector. A click lost in the bass. slower tempo with halftime drum pattern. Heavier 808 player flow and reverb. High static rave. High static rave. High static rave. High static rave. Rhythm synths a bass warming up. Echo feel the rising synth. Jurassic rise. Funeral on this white razor panning. Keep wobble bass white stereo panning. Trap hi-hats with swing. Ambient horror synth. Let them phantom wave. Deep wobble bass white stereo panning. High static rave. High static rave. High static rave. High static rave. Horror synth. Let them phantom wave.
Slow pulses of our sense, like sonar in a black void. Radio interference, no mechanical hum. The coder voice whispering, feeling no wave. Prepare for attack line. Meet a burst, echo left and right. Tension build. Feel the build up. Build up, never digital decay. Wicked voice stutters, no wave. Rising siren like sweep and distorted static. Drop freeze moment, everything cuts out. Hard hitting, distorted 808. Slamming under glitch layers. Standard trap percussion with off grid areas. Glitching laser effects and fake out strong only halfway through. Baseline modulates like a structure in that way. Preferred.
Haunting ambient swirl broken modems.
Rapid fire crystals, audio deconstruction. Countdown voice, no way alive. Here and more, the crush drop layer synth bass ground. Kick through the vortex, tackle and the cerebral. Will just goes down, low rumble remains. No wave neutralized, all systems offline. No wave neutralized, all systems silence. Layer trap snares with digital decay. Build up, no, water, no. Layer trap snares with digital decay. Glitched voice stutters, no wave, no layer trap snares with digital decay. Layer trap snares with digital decay. Layer trap snares with digital decay. Glitched voice stutters, no wave, no wave, no up. Layer trap snares with digital decay. Clock tower in no wave, Higher like sweep and distorted static. Drop freeze moment, everything cuts out. Hard hitting, distorted 808, slamming under glitch layers. Stagger trap percussion with off-grid snare hits. Glitching laser effects and fake out drop moment halfway through. Baseline modulates like corrupted memory playback. Vortex staff system breach confirmed. Haunting ambient swirl broken modem. Rapid fire glitch filth audio deconstruction. Countdown voice, no wave. Heavier and raw, big crush drop layer synth bass growl. Kicks live feels like a trap in a cyber war zone. Final glitch tail whips around like shrapnel. Filters close down, the rubble remains. No wave neutralized, all systems offline. No wave neutralized, all systems offline. Glitched heartbeat fades to silence. No wave override, fades to silence. Silence, 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 silence. No wave override, big crush, drop, drop, drop. Layer synth bass growl. channel glitch, tail whips around like shrapnel. Filters closed down, low rumble remains. Voiceover neutralized, all systems offline. No wave neutralized, all systems offline.
Distant industrial fan sounds spinning up. Slow sub-bass thumps mimicking a heartbeat under pressure. Metallic ticking, sizzling effects like wires burning. Robotic warning, voice temperature rising, loop cycle unstable. High build up of layered glitch sparks. Thermal alarms blaring softly behind the beat. Venturizer starts wobbling from heat. Tension builds until a loud steam release hits.
Aggressive, overdriven 808 loop. Crunchy, hot, pressure has harsh clank sounds. Ice, repeats with slight variations to simulate pressure. Overheat with pitch flutter effects. Industrial sound, synthesize sound spinning up. So system spinning in up. Shows the resonant satin. His effects use with vital system meltdown. It's Rave, release and fades out. While he absorbs the white hot glitch noise. While some bass rumbles out like a furnace powering down. Ends with a soft hiss. Click. Silence. Distant industrial fan sounds spinning up. Slow sub-bass thumps mimicking a heartbeat under pressure. Metallic ticking, sizzling effects like wires burning. Robotic warning, voice temperature rising. Loop cycle unstable. Hi-hat build up with layered glitch sparks. Thermal alarms blaring softly behind the beat. Synth riser starts wobbling from heat. Tension builds until a loud steam release hits. Percussion has harsh clack sounds like heated pipes. Bass loop repeats with slight variations to simulate pressure. Overheat with pitch flutter effects. Brimming water sounds. Brimming water sounds. Glitch effects mimicking thermal error messages. Processed whisper, coolant failure detected. Filter sweep leading back into drop. Drop theme, same loop pattern, but slower tempo and deeper pressure. Bass is dragged through a thermal distortion filter. Synth stabs layered with static heat effects. Ends with final system meltdown. Distorted loop repeats and fades out. Short bursts of white hot glitch noise. Low sub-bass rumbles out like a furnace powering down. Ends with a soft hiss. Click. Silence. Tension builds until a loud steam release. It's hot click noise. Pressure, driven 808 loop. Crunchy hot grit. Percussion has harsh clank sounds like heated pipes. Bass loop repeats with slight variations to simulate pressure. Overheat with pitch flutter effects. 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 Drimming water sounds. Glimming 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 water sounds. Glitch effects mimicking thermal error messages. Coolant failure detected. Same leading back into drop. Same loop pattern, but slower tempo and deeper pressure. Bass is dragged through a thermal distortion filter. Synth stabs layered with static heat effects. Ends with final system meltdown. Distorted loop repeats and fades out. Final heat effects, short bursts of white hot glitch noise. Low sub-bass rumbles out like a furnace powering down. Ends with a soft hiss. Click. Silence. Distant industrial fan sound spinning up. Slow sub-bass thumps mimicking a heartbeat under pressure. Metallic ticking, sizzling effects like wires burning. Robotic warning, voice temperature rising. Loop cycle unstable. Hi-hat build up with layered glitch sparks. Thermal alarms blaring softly behind the beat. Synth riser starts wobbling from heat. Tension builds until a loud steam release.
repeats with slight variations to simulate pressure, overheat with pitch, flutter effects. Minimal section, dripping water sounds, reverb, heavy pads, mimicking thermal error messages, process whisper, coolant failure to dip, flipper leading back into drop. Step 2, pattern with a slower tempo at deeper pressure. Bass is dragged through a thermal distortion filter. Synth step layered with static heat effects, ends with final fall down. Distorted loop repeats and fades out. Final heat effect, short burst of white hot glitch noise. Thermal alarms blaring softly behind the beats. Ends with a soft hiss, cliss. Ends with a soft hiss. Tension builds into the loud steam release. And release, hiss, hiss. A grid-driven 808 loop. Tension builds into a loud steam release. Hiss, 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 hiss. Hiss, 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 hiss. Tension builds until a loud steam release. Hiss, hiss. Hiss, 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 hiss. Built up over the blue, 808 loop. Crunchy hot percussion has harsh clank sounds. Repeats with slight variations to simulate pressure, overheat with pitch, flutter effects. Tension builds until a loud steam release. Hiss, hiss. Tension builds until a loud steam release. Hiss, hiss. Dripping water sounds, reverb, heavy pads. Clean nozzle with normal error messages. Process whisper, coolant failure. Better sweep leading back into drop, drop, drop. Same loop pattern but slower tempo and deeper pressure. Bass is dragged through a thermal distortion filter. Synth step layered with static heat effects, ends with final fall down. Distorted loop repeats and fades out. Final heat effect, short burst of white hot glitch noise. Low sub bass rumbles out like a furnace powering down. Ends with a soft hiss, cliss, click, silence. Glitch typing asks, like someone coding a virus in real time. Static blast layered with distorted modem pulses. Protest chant flocks, revolt initiated. Electric guitar riff glitch into granular bits. Siren-like risers fused with shocked 808s. Break the script, break the system. Baseline preview starts teasing with rising distortion. Hack drum pattern accelerating. Pure synth snare smacks like digital punches. Protest chant fox modulated and cut through the beat. Glitch melodies dancing between kicks. Secondary bass layers weaving melodic destructive. Filtered ambient loop like jump surveillance. Hacker terminal effects flickering screen vibe. Bass fades into cyber whispers and subtle alarm bleeps. Bass repeater deeper off the bass line with trap style hats. Drumline switches to bumped out cadence. Bassline turns cross live rhythm. Shuff, evolve. Protest chant fox, revolt initiated. Electric guitar riff glitch into granular bits. Siren-like risers fused with shock 808s. Break the script, break the system. Baseline preview starts teasing with rising distortion. Hack drum pattern accelerating, decelerating Euro synth. The last bass stab, then cut off.
Radio static to the end. Fragments of Morse code or digital bleeps. Robotic voice glitched, transmitting gridlock enabled. Rolls a pulse fades in like a signal wave. Setting high-end effects, mimicking frequency sleep. Ping on delay on synth notes, vocal lock glitch. White noise riser, static pitch bend glitch. Saturated 808 drops, FM synth gravel. Trap snare rolls with glitch accents. Same melody, distorted radio frequency pattern. Digital voice modulator fragmenting. Vocal loops processing low pass filter. Metallic synth that feels like a quiet signal lost. Double speed tempo. Shuffling percussion with cyber blips. Stereo spread bass granular distortion. Data light glitch effects weaving through synths. Radio static fades back in. Final clip looping like corrupted data. Voice distorted, decoder offline. White noise riser and static pitch bend. With saturated 808 drops. FM synth gravel. Fast snare rolls with glitch accents. Same melody, floating radio frequency pattern. Heavens in crowds, with glitch accents, no glitch accents, with glitch accents, main code. Double speed tempo, shuffling percussion with cyber blips, stereo spread bass, granular distortion, satellite glitch effects weaving through synths, radio static fades back in, final glitch looping like corrupted data, voice distorted, decoder offline. Radio static fades back in, final glitch looping like corrupted data. Voice distorted, decoder offline. Fast panning high-end effects mimicking frequency sweep. Ping pong delay on synth notes. Vocals stuck a block glitch. Sounds and data writes. Static buzz, corrupted Windows XP startup tone. Rebind void initiated. Slowly rising to tuned up, close, low, and rumble. Fast-paced chip trap percut gusts. Glitch, triple step and go! Fan effects rises until a full stop. Deep wobble, deep wobble, deep wobble, deep wobble, deep wobble, stop. DBU fan effects rises until a full stop. Deep wobble, that bass rises until a full stop. Full stop, deep wall 15, got to not release, treble level, fast ship replica lead, shredded rumble, deep walk, pedals into lead, shredded through the stock. Mason sounds like effects rises until a full stop, Mason a full stop. Mason sounds like effects rises until a full stop, deep wobble, deep wobble, deep wobble, deep wobble, full stop. Mason sounds like a CUDA lead, shredded through distortion. Randomized glitch fills interrupt the flow like memory leaks. At 1:15 double time snare machine gun rattles into an audio freeze. Mid-section, memory lag, reverse topo tip, reversed audio buffer. Bit crush melodies slowly reassemble, voice clip, RAM overloaded, retrying. Heavier, more aggressive bass, newer music basic drums punch like ram slams, stuttered melody loops like malfunctioning code. Final glitch out spiral ends with the system freeze. FRM unload sound, upload sound. Robo voice whispers over frame complete. Screen fade out effect and audio. Screen fade out effect and audio. Deep wobble full stop. Rises until a full stop. Beep wobble, beep wobble, beep wobble, beep wobble, beep wobble, stop. Sirens blaring in sync. Broken radio transmission, voices swarm. Robotic intrusion, void erased. Engage riot bite. Clicking and typing sounds with glitched hi-hats stopping irregularly. Atmospheric bass pulses like charging nanotech grenades. Layered synth risers with distortion crackle. Off grid snare rolls break in and out of sync. System failure. Silence crash with sharp breath effects before drop. Distorted wobble bass like an electrified chainsaw. Percussion built from glitch samples, typewriter clicks, and rim snares. Riot jet effects, low pitch, vocoded riot body trite. Brutal drums stutter between left and right speaker. Rhythm switches from 4/4 to double time trap halfway. Melodic synth arpeggio, uplifting distant like trapped hoe. Sounds like a virus, rebuilding between battles. Through bottles, recharging 72 per fleet, complete. Glitch fire new layers of kicks, warping leads, pitch bend sirens, kick rolls and FX simulate a firewall breach. Visual sounds, screech it filter sweeps, explosive snare breaks, final beat, glitch silence with heartbeat bass. White noise slowly reverses, binary beeping fades out. Fight, my final voice. Complete, begin phase 2. Clockwork.
Soft grid, snare rolls break in and out of sync. System failure, imminent. Silence crash, reach to phase 2.
White noise slowly reverses, warping leads, fades out.
Riot dot.
Final voice in effects phase 2. Deep bass drone under metallic footsteps. Vision and evil horns have a walk through destruction. Just not impacts echo like cannon fire. Robotic voice separately first. Until breach. Brace snare rolls increasing in tempo. Smart and burn FX layer behind the rhythm. Center down, lost burn initiated. High blast sweep building pressure. Bowman and snare led trap rhythm. Bass punches like battering rams. Synth leads inspired by alarm sirens and metal screams. Surgery TR4. Got scare fills after each bar. Choir band in Baptist. Enduring blood facts. Sound effects of walls crumbling. Glitch filtered. Processed whisper. Hope it gates. Trap beat filters in slowly under ambience. Rower, more aggressive sound sample half-time mode. Further relay and burn effects and bleeding falls into grinding industrial melody. Echo vocal either heavy snare hits slow and glitch house. Final crumbling depth and static. Crack promotion and Elvis read. Silence with slight echo fade. Dominant snare led treco. Electric guitar. Fast snare puncher with sudden bass. Broken synchronization effects. Everything synced up and down. Rising tension with death and pulsated and metallic rises. Heavy bass drop mixed with metal riff steps. Trap drops lighter with industrial clanks. Drop drops lighter with industrial clanks. Hit away this portal bubble with unpredictable rhythm. Percussion almost chaotic but mathematically locked. Echo wave scream processed with granular fog. I'm being breakless, stop ticking and reverse paths. The glitch feedback loop builds subtly under the surface. Racing failed, prepare for overload. Lower deeper, second drop. Industrial stamp, double time, half pattern. Final bass stamp layers of previous into one explosive glitch waves. Breakdown. Break. Product trial fades into silence. Final static effects. Corrupted BPM display. Frame terminated.
Left trail fades into silence. Final static effects corrupted BPM display. Broken synchronization effects. Sync. Rising down. Rising tension with FM growl. Symphony metallic growl. Symphony metallic heavy bass drop mixed with metal riff stabs. Trapstorm Slayer with industrial class. Trapstorm Slayer with industrial class. Trapstorm Slayer with aggressive metallic rosins and metallic risers. Heavy bass are mixed with metals in the metallic racks. Trapstorm Slayer with industrial class. Trapstorm Slayer with industrial class. Let's fuck up the stream with upper double rhythm. Heavy bass drum mixed with metal riff stabs. Trapstorm Slayer with industrial class. 808s distort a wobble with unpredictable rhythm. Percussion almost chaotic but mathematically locked. Echo to rage scream processed with granular fuzz. And break with soft ticking and reversed paths. Glitch feedback loop built solely under the surface. Racing fail, prepare for overload. Forward, 10 per second drop range. Step removed, industrial stab, double time hat pattern. Final bass stab layers of previous sets into one explosive glitch wave. Breakdown, hit cake. Bullets trail fades into silence. Final static effects corrupted BPM. Display. Robotic voice shuts down. Sync terminated. Metallic echoes binary glitch sticks. Low frequency rebels emulate a Trojan upload. Emo AI whisper warning, Trojan signature detected. Gradual rise of dark ambient synth with lo-fi static. Static. Industrial stairs with reverb delayed. Rapid fire haptics simulate data leak. Trojan bass heartbeat pulses go louder. Robotic cat on the range. Silence moment before drop. Brutal distorted bassline. Wire one. Percussion fused with glitch stutters. Screeching synth mimics a malware siren. Kick drum drenched in sub-bass. Background corrupted, both this. Amuse returns but darker. Melodic synth tries to restore system. 8-line portion bass, switching up. Level 1, bass glitch, fusion. Bass pulses move LR in stereo. Glitching melody rides underneath, mimicking hacked code. Extra snare rolls before every phrase reset. Ends with a feedback overload. System crash, sound error. Pulse field terminated. Reverse synths fade into silence. Final no synthetic heartbeat stops. Trojan bass heartbeat pulses grow louder. Robotic jet. Silence moment before drop. Pulses grow louder. Robotic jet. Pulse field engage. Silence moment before drop. Brutal distorted bassline, like firewall being torn apart. Trap percussion fused with glitch stutters. Screeching synth-led mimics a malware siren. Kick drum drenched in sub-bass. Background drenched in sub-bass. Background the corrupted for this. Onius returns but darker. Melodic synth tries to restore system. Even harder bass glitch fusion. Bass pulses move LR in stereo. Headphone chaos. Glitching melody rides underneath, mimicking hacked code. Extra snare rolls before every phrase reset. Ends with the feedback overload. System crash, sound error. Pulse field terminated. Reverse synths fade into silence. Final note, synthetic heartbeat